Mastering ISO 22301. ISO 22301 ensures business survival, period. When an organization seeks to establish, implement, maintain, and continually improve its business continuity management system, what is the purpose and scope of the ISO 22301 standard, and how does it relate to its operational excellence and resilience in the face of disruptions or crises? As I sit here, surrounded by the artifacts of a life spent exploring the human condition, I am reminded of a particularly fascinating case study that comes to mind when thinking about operational excellence and resilience. It was during my time spent studying the entrepreneurial spirit of a small, innovative startup that I stumbled upon a phenomenon that would later become a cornerstone of my understanding of human motivation and organizational behavior. The startup, led by a charismatic leader, was a hotbed of creativity and energy, with a team that was deeply invested in the product they were developing. At first, I was struck by the sense of spontaneity that pervaded every aspect of the organization. Meetings were informal, ideas were thrown around with reckless abandon, and the entire team seemed to be driven by a sense of urgency and purpose. It was as if the very fabric of the organization was infused with a sense of freedom and empowerment, allowing individuals to flourish and grow in ways that would be impossible in more traditional, bureaucratic environments. But as I dug deeper, I began to notice a peculiar phenomenon. Despite the apparent chaos and lack of structure, the organization was able to respond with remarkable agility and resilience in the face of disruptions and crises. When a key team member suddenly quit, the remaining staff rallied around each other, seamlessly taking on new roles and responsibilities. When a major client pulled out at the last minute, the team rapidly retooled and adapted, finding new opportunities to fill the gap. It was then that I realized that this organization had, in effect, stumbled upon the principles of operational excellence and resilience that would later be codified in the ISO 22301 standard. By empowering individuals to take ownership of their work and fostering a culture of creativity and spontaneity, the startup had created a system that was not only highly adaptable, but also capable of maintaining its core functions, even in the face of significant disruptions. The purpose and scope of the ISO 22301 standard, in this context, becomes clear. By establishing a business continuity management system that is comprehensive, integrated, and continually improved, organizations can build the resilience and agility needed to thrive in an uncertain world. This is not about creating a rigid, bureaucratic framework, but rather about cultivating a culture of adaptability and empowerment that allows individuals to respond effectively in the face of crisis or disruption. In practical terms, this means that organizations seeking to implement the ISO 22301 standard must focus on building a culture of trust and empowerment, where individuals are free to explore and experiment without fear of censure or reprisal. It means creating systems and processes that are flexible and adaptive, able to respond quickly to changing circumstances. And it means continually reviewing and refining the organization's response to disruptions, always seeking to improve and refine its approach. Throughout this process, I found myself oscillating between a sense of wonder at the startup's apparent chaos and a deeper understanding of the underlying dynamics that made it all work. I realized that, beneath the surface, there was a profound respect for individual autonomy and creativity, a willingness to take risks and experiment, and a deep commitment to the organization's core purpose. As I look back on this experience, I am struck by the power of the ISO 22301 standard to capture the essence of operational excellence and resilience. By embracing the principles of empowerment, adaptability, and continuous improvement, organizations can build systems that are not only robust and resilient, but also capable of inspiring and motivating individuals to reach their full potential. The purpose and scope of the ISO 22301 standard are to provide a framework for organizations to establish, implement, maintain, and continually improve their business continuity management system, BCMS. This standard is designed to help organizations prepare for, respond to, and recover from disruptions or crises, thereby ensuring operational excellence and resilience. The ISO 22301 standard is based on the principles of business continuity management, which involves identifying potential threats to an organization's ability to deliver its products and services, assessing the impact of these threats, and developing strategies to mitigate or manage them. The standard provides a structured approach to business continuity management, which includes 1. Understanding the organization's business context, including its mission, vision, and objectives. 2. Identifying and analyzing the organization's critical processes and activities. 3. Identifying potential threats and risks to these processes and activities. 4. Developing business continuity strategies and solutions to mitigate or manage these threats. 5. Establishing business continuity plans and procedures. 6. Implementing and operating the BCMS. 7. Monitoring and reviewing the BCMS. 8. Continually improving the BCMS. The scope of the ISO 22301 standard is to provide a framework for organizations to develop a BCMS that is tailored to their specific needs and requirements. The standard applies to all types of organizations, regardless of their size, industry, or sector. It is applicable to organizations that want to establish a BCMS, as well as those that want to improve their existing business continuity management practices. In terms of operational excellence, the ISO 22301 standard helps organizations to achieve this by providing a framework for identifying and managing risks, optimizing business processes, and improving overall resilience. By implementing a BCMS that meets the requirements of the ISO 22301 standard, organizations can ensure that they are well prepared to respond to disruptions or crises and can quickly recover from them. This enables organizations to maintain their business operations, protect their stakeholders, and minimize the impact of disruptions on their reputation and bottom line. The ISO 22301 standard also helps organizations to improve their resilience by providing a framework for identifying and managing risks and for developing strategies to mitigate or manage them. By identifying potential threats and developing strategies to mitigate or manage them, organizations can reduce the likelihood and impact of disruptions and improve their overall resilience. In terms of operational excellence, the ISO 22301 standard is closely linked to other management systems, such as quality management, ISO 9001, environmental management, ISO 14001, and information security management, ISO 27001. By integrating these management systems, organizations can achieve a comprehensive and integrated approach to managing their operations, which can help to improve their overall efficiency, effectiveness, and resilience. In conclusion, the purpose and scope of the ISO 22301 standard are to provide a framework for organizations to establish, implement, maintain, and continually improve their business continuity management system. By implementing a BCMS that meets the requirements of the ISO 22301 standard, organizations can ensure operational excellence and resilience in the face of disruptions or crises, and can maintain their business operations, protect their stakeholders, and minimize the impact of disruptions on their reputation and bottom line.